The MailleWerX Chainmail live streams. My name's Sean. I run MailleWerX.com, and tonight we're gonna make some chainmail. Righty. Gotta do the share. I need all right. Let's get started on our project here. Let's see if Frank's on. Frank, wake up, Frank. So we've got all 6 triangles needed for the top of this coif. If you're watching and you know what chainmail is and you know what historically accurate chainmail looks like, don't judge me for using seams. I'm good, but I'm not. Let's put a contraction in all of our pieces to form fit them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay at chainmail, but historical chainmail. How are you? All right. Let's see here. There are ways to go about doing this. You can do your traditional 45-degree seam, which I would love to avoid. I'm doing okay. And there's no reason not to put a standard 45-degree seam in here. There's really not, right? It's just preference, right? I prefer to do fun seams, ideally. This is what we've got to connect, and we've got to make it lay flat. So, trying to think of a way to do that. I don't necessarily know what I'm going to do. Try to integrate another weave into it. But what weave to use? All about the seams tonight. You will finish your rings. John's got a big old bucket full of rings he's working on. Yeah. Okay, so here is an interesting attempt to see what we can do. I don't know if it's going to work. But that's half the fun. Which one was which? That's the ring I just put in. That's not right. Through that one, out through that one. around this one. Okay. We got to figure out a way to make it stable so that the rings all lay correctly. Okay, and then into these. And around this one. Okay, this is going to be crazy. Like that. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay. And I think I'm just making a jumbled mess, really. Back over here into did I do this one? This is a bit of a cluster, and I'm not 100% sure I'm repeating this correctly. Right? Does that make sense? It kind of looks right. Hey Rick, how you doing? Missed the last couple of nights. Hope you're all doing great. I'm doing good. How are you? Take a break, kick back, and watch some tonight. That sounds like a good plan. Okay. I'm kind of thinking I might need a bit larger ring size for this to really work well. And so essentially what I'm doing is taking these two rows where they cross and hooking them, going through the ring we added, and then around in a 4-in-1 pattern. It's like a 45-degree elf weave to 4-in-1 seam. It kind of looks like it's working. But why is it only one side? Am I only doing one side? Have I been rotating? That's another question. Huh. Okay. I am only doing one side. Which is fine, right? It fits our requirement of being more interesting than a standard 4-in-1 seam. But it means I have to go back and fix something. One of the early ones that I tried to do. Hey Peg, All freshly showered and ready to bend some rings. Massive hugs to all y'all. Right on. Now, I'm wondering why it's only one side, right? It does create kind of a textured look. It's definitely a break in, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's definitely a visual break in the pattern, right? It's not a typical 45-degree. God, we need a better camera. We need a better camera so bad. All right, soon. Soon. Right after my leg stops being numb and I get money. Oh. Oh, God. This is actually kind of cool. It, even with the current, even without increasing the ring size, it doesn't seem to be shrinking it up at all, which I would normally be concerned about. Yeah, but why doesn't it? Okay. Goes through there and there. I guess, okay. So here's what I'm thinking. The reason it's on one side, and this is a theory, is that I think if we flip it over, we'll be able to do the same thing to the bottom the other way. But I don't know if we need to. That would be kind of lumpy sitting on your head. You know, if you have this big, thick seam. I don't know. We'll try it and see. Yeah. All right, let me fix these first couple of attempts at this. The warriors would ignore a thick seam in their armor. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's going to be that problematic. It's just a decorative piece, you know? Okay, what did I screw up? Hang on, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this, trying to figure out what's what here. Apologize for ignoring the audience. This should be. Oh my gosh, okay. Nope. I think it's just supposed to go through this one. Okay, now that looks better. And then oh, this is mind-numbingly frustrating. This one go through here. Ah, come here. Okay. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct. That's okay. So we're going to flip it over and do the reverse to the other side. This is actually kind of cool. I'm surprised this is working at all. Right. Through here, and then through this one. Okay, that's kind of tricky. What have I done? What have I done? Sweet Jesus, what have I done? Become a thief in the night, become a dog on the run. I've fallen so far, and is the hour so late? Nothing remains but the cry of my hate. Cries in the dark that nobody hears. Here where I stand at the turning of the years. Sorry, if you're not a Les Miserables fan, apologize. Okay. Okay. Trying to figure out. This would be a lot easier with rings that had some differentiation to them. Okay. Flip this back over here. Okay. Everything looks right. And it's this left side that we've hooked from to start with. And I am presuming this is, I can do the same thing on the back here. Something similar anyway. I think it's going to go something like this. Or I'm just going to massively screw this up. Yeah, no, not like that. Okay. Weird. So I'm just hooking 2 rows and then swinging around the other side, but it's not. Alright, let's see if we can duplicate this. And then maybe we'll talk about it being reversible more. All right. Okay, hang on. Going off the wrong side here. We want it to go the same way all the way around, ideally. Try that one more time. Hard to duplicate something when you don't know how you did it the first time. Know what I mean? Okay, that's something similar. This is the show where everything's made up on the fly. There we go. Okay. Once again, I think I'm duplicating it correctly, but we'll see. Yeah. You just experienced a new level of pain, the vampire slipping and biting under the thumbnail. Oh, God. I need someone with a better trained eye than me to tell me whether or not I'm doing this right. To be quite honest. I think I've got it, but... And in my brain, it should be... You should be able to duplicate it on the other side. You should be. But I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. And anyway. Okay. It doesn't matter what it looks like in the end. They're connected. That's all I care about. All right. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Uh-oh. Now up near the top gets a little squirrely. What's going on? Too many rings in one space is kind of how it looks. Or I didn't line up the base of this correctly. And I overshot by one. That doesn't look off. It doesn't quite look correct either. I don't know how this should behave. You know what I mean? All right. Has your thumb recovered? I do hope your thumb's okay. Very important to have good working thumbs, especially in this business. Part of the thing that was screwing me up was didn't start the other two seams out quite right. I think or did I just screw this one up? I guess that's really the question. Nope. I got it. I got it figured out. Still attached, so that's a thing. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Alright. What was everybody up to today? Anybody have an awesome Wednesday? I hope you all had awesome Wednesdays. Oh crap. The roads today were absolute hot garbage. I was driving around. It's my third day being over an hour outside of town, which I'm fine with normally, but the roads were a little sketchy. That was my main concern. So I just plowed on doing 70 miles an hour around everybody doing 40 or less, and I went about my business. But, you know, I had a couple questionable moments. I was like, you know what? Screw it. If I die, I don't have to pay bills anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was going pretty fast around some four-wheel drive vehicles that were going really slow. Most of the ride wasn't too bad. You had to listen to your coworkers in California talk about how cold they were. So you got to do that. Oh, honey, you have no idea. That's funny. Yeah. Someone sent or posted a video. Her son had made like chainmail chains for his RC car tires. And there's a video of him running around with his RC car in the snow. She said it was negative 42 Celsius there, somewhere in Canada. Like, holy crap, there's no way. Not a chance. Alright, it got down to negative 40 here. I was like, yeah, no. I had to go to work too. That was the biggest bunch of crap. Like when it's that cold, you know, I just don't want to leave my house. Even when it's like today, it didn't get below freezing, right? I think I woke up and it was 5 degrees this morning. Okay. And 5 degrees is not insignificant. But the big issue was that it was just stupid windy. That was my big concern all day. Alright, how many panels have we done? 4? This is going to be interesting because it's not wanting to take shape. Maybe, is that like, I've got to put 2 more triangles in here. I don't know if I have to, but that's normally how I would start one of these. When it's 40 below, you don't want to leave your bed. You hit 72 on Christmas Eve, and New Year's it was 8 with snow. Nice. Alright. I did get some exercise equipment in today. So I'm happy with that. Got a jump rope and some kettlebells. I have to find a different place to jump rope though, because I can't jump rope in my basement, which is kind of annoying. But I have like an open foyer upstairs. I'll probably take some exercise pads up there and jump rope up there, because my cardio's sucking and I'm fat and I gotta do something about it. Not that I'm totally unhealthy or anything, I'm just, I weigh more than I want. I don't quite fit into the chainmail shirts that I have comfortably that I made for myself, you know. I've got a kilt I would like to fit back into. You know, doing what I do and driving around I end up sitting in the car a lot, and I have a horrible diet. That's just the nature of the job, but you can't jump roping with an invisible rope. Yeah, I don't know how coordinated I'm gonna be able to be, but we'll see. I'm just gonna start out slow. My goal is 15 minutes a day. Just get into the habit of doing that, and then we'll start doing work with the kettlebell, but I've got to get a little bit of conditioning in first. So we'll see. You have a treadmill that makes an excellent clothing rack? Yeah. I've got a rowing machine. I've used it, but it's not my favorite thing. Not that jumping rope is my favorite thing either. So I could use either one. Rotate, integrate, do different things. As long as I develop an exercise habit. You know? Like, I'm up at 6 in the morning, I can be downstairs for 20 minutes, half an hour, stretching, waking up, working out. Just a tidbit, or as they say in Wisconsin, just a skosh. And I can knock that out and then go take a shower, get ready for work, and instead of sitting at the kitchen table, doom scrolling on Facebook first thing in the morning, and then doing no exercise. About 5 years ago, you were messing with kids saying you jumped rope so fast you couldn't see the rope, so you start hopping and swinging your hands around saying, "Looky," and you somehow still tripped. That's awesome. Oh. I had an Uncle Lewis. He was a great uncle. It's like my great grandmother's brother or something. And he had a whistle. And it's the tiniest whistle you ever saw, right? And it's in the palm of his hand right there. That's where the whistle is, okay? And I was like, I don't see a whistle. What is going on? And he would hold his hand up to his lips, you know, and be like, I'm gonna blow the whistle, and he'd make this super loud whistling sound. And I think I probably thought that Uncle Lewis had an actual like device in his palm, in the palm of his hand, for a good 15 years after that. And then one day it like clicked. Counting all the contact, staff, lightsaber, swinging, and poi plays activity, you're moving rather than just sitting on your butt on Facebook. 100%. It counts. Guaranteed. I like it. Okay. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? So the top of these rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth one? 1, 2, 4. There's 5 triangles and I'm missing a top ring here. What do I do with it? Oh, is it hidden in here? Yeah, maybe I screwed up there. Huh. I'll have to go back and look at that. But all the rest of them are in the right place. And we'll just like make a Mobius out of them, I think, instead of doing like a queen ring as you would normally be want to do. Yeah. And that's my problem, is I don't move. Not nearly enough. Not nearly as much as I want. So, hey Claire. All right. So I figure if I can get a little more exercise in, I will feel a little bit better about myself. Hard to sleep when it's Kitty's mad half hour. Yeah. I am 100% okay with other people's cats. I've had cats in the past, as a kid growing up, in fact. And I'm deathly allergic to them. That's the best part. I don't mind them as a pet, but I wouldn't own one myself today. I think this coif has been started out too big, and we're gonna have to take some of this off. I don't know, like my head just isn't this big. We'll see. We'll try it on in a minute once we get everything sewn up. Actually turning quite the hefty piece, right? Like that's a decent chunk of chainmail right there. Oh, I'm sorry. It always sucks to lose a pet. We lost our big dog last year. That was rough. She's just getting too old. I think when we finally took her into the vet to investigate what was going on with her, they gave her some antibiotics for a UTI and took an x-ray. And after the x-ray, it was pretty much confirmed that she had parts of her colon and intestine missing. And she was just going to get sicker and sicker and sicker, so we had to put her down. Alright. Then I did have some cats down in South Texas. My big dog got bit by a rattlesnake in outside of San Antonio in our yard. So that was an event. That was quite the ordeal, but we got through that, and then some cats ended up moving under our deck and kind of adopted us. And they were able to remain outside cats, so they were half feral, but they were well enough behaved. You could pet them and stuff. You just couldn't pick them up. We ended up, when we moved up here, we ended up giving them to a lady who had a farm, and last we heard they were doing just fine, being barn cats. Alright, I am pretty happy with how this kind of non-traditional seam worked out so far. It definitely gives a more textured look, alright, than your regular 45-degree seam. And it kind of works. And now I'm not unconvinced that it's not reversible on the other side. I would just have to investigate that a little bit further, because I couldn't see how to do it while I was looking at it earlier. I think I'm going to make a TikTok video, and it's just going to be the all of the projects on my shelf over there. They're almost all chainmail projects, right? And it's going to be just a quick little video to the tune of Peter Griffin singing, "I have $50,000 in credit card debt." And if you're not on TikTok and you haven't heard that sound, and you don't know what I'm talking about, it's fairly accurate, you know, and it'll just be a video of all my chainmail stuff. I think I might try to make that. Good barn cats in Iowa when you're growing up. One Tom fell, went through hell and back one winter. He disappeared, came back without his ears. Ooh, they froze off. Disappeared again, came back without the top hat of his tail frozen stiff. It later dropped off. Disappeared a third time when you didn't see him until spring. Jeez. A pretty tough cat there. Found the gravity. I had one of our cats. He got sick. He got into a fight with another cat, and he had gotten scratched right next to his derriere, and Renee found him, couldn't figure out what was wrong with him, and then he was like laying in the sun in Texas where it's 1,000 degrees. She knew something was wrong. I would have just been like, oh, cat's laying in the sun. Okay. Is that normal for a cat? I have no idea. I've got no frame of reference here. I'm out of my element, so I'm gonna think that this is okay. And I had responsibility for that animal. Had I found him like that, I don't know if he would have made it. Where am I going? There. So, but he got taken to the vet and everything, and he ended up being fine for a few more years until we moved, so. And I just remembered, like, all the cats I had growing up, they were all sick all the time. So. Alright. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. I still only have 5 rings up top here, but 6 panels, right? So I think I screwed up somewhere. And before I hook all these together, I kind of want to undo the seam on one, or on 2, 3, 4. Before I connect all these into like a little Mobius here, I'm going to leave it be for now, and then I will take a closer look at it later. But these seams kind of did work out. You can definitely tell that there is some texture to it, right? Nothing fancy. Let's see how. All right, so it's not too big. We will have to continue to expand it, actually. Can the seams be seen better from the other side? I don't think so. I don't know. You tell me. So this is. Wait, hang on. I don't know which side is which now. And maybe it's not a reversible seam, like I thought. Maybe it is just. What do you call it? Just a thing. It kind of works. I'm not an expert. That's one side. This is the other. That's nice. I might take a picture of this. Camera. Oh. I don't want to move forward without investigating why there's only 5 top rings to each of these triangles. I am missing a ring, so I do want to take a moment to figure out what's going on there. It's just a costume piece. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just to know that I did it correctly would make me feel better. Whatever correct means in this scenario. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Alright, guys. We are at 55 minutes, so I think that that's plenty of good work for tonight. Right? That's a good start. And we will, I don't think we need to expand it anymore. We can just start building down. Where's the top? No, there. There. Maybe we need to expand it a little bit more. We could probably just lengthen it. Start going straight down. We'll see. We will see. We'll figure it out. It's only like really the second coif I've made. All right. All right. You all have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out. I do appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares, and all your interaction during the show. Don't forget to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs, and I will see you guys later. All right, you all have a good night.